Welcome Pokemon trainers, Pokemon breeders, and Pokemon masters alike. It's your host with the most, Griever, as always, bringing you guys the third and final part of the red leg, our first leg of our GenLocke challenge, our Generation Lock challenge. For those of you who don't know what a GenLocke is, be sure to check out the sort of the intro part in the first video, but the description's somewhere over here in this vicinity and stuff like that. Pretty much, to summarize, it's a super Nuzlocke. It's multiple Nuzlockes across multiple games, all under one umbrella super challenge, pretty much, right? You try to utilize the same team as you go forth through multiple games. Makes it easier when they're ROMs, right? So you can just insert whatever you need. But that is what it is. We started, of course, with Gen 1 because we're going to do it in chronological order. Apparently, GenLocks can be done in any order you so choose. However, there are issues with that, obvious issues by trying to import, you know, like a Rampardos or something like that, or Infernape into Gen 1 might cause you a couple of issues. So I did it in chronological order to make it very easy on myself. We started with Pokemon Red, and if you haven't checked out the first two videos, we just beat Blaine at the end of the last part. So now we're straight up ready to go face Giovanni, our rival, and then hopefully make it through the Elite Four and the Champion. So let's just check out this particular highlight reel. Alrighty, so we enter the gym, and I believe this one is a bit of a long one, ladies and gentlemen. But thankfully it's the last gym. Now, I've explained in multiple videos the reason why we have this stellar lineup of a team to go forth into Giovanni's gym, but the reason we showcase the entire gym challenge is because of my gym leader or gym clause in the extra Nuzlocke rules in the description box down below. And that's because once you enter a gym, you cannot leave. There's no running back to Pokemon centers. There's no running back to Pokemon Marts. Once you enter the gym, you either win or you lose, and anybody who dies, dies. If you're poisoned, too bad. If this, too bad. All that stuff. You can use items and stuff, but basically everything you take in with you is all you get. And here in the first trainer battle, we're up against the damn Tauros. Now, I'm so stoked that we got Wild Wing the Golduck. I explained that in the last video that I just finished recording pretty much about an hour ago. Because for those of you who don't know, I had to re-record parts 2 and 3 here of this GenLocke. Really sort of ticked me off. It was just an OBS update tomfoolery. But I did explain that, like, Kangaskhan, Tauros, all these, like, 1% Pokemon that you have a chance to get in the Safari Zone that are so hard to capture in a Nuzlocke. Had I gotten a Tauros, had I gotten a Kangaskhan, they'd be on this lineup. They'd be on this team, and I would treat them like my love job. They would be, you know, they would be treated like gold. But unfortunately, we did not get one. Though we did manage to get ourselves our Rhydon here, Heracles. We did get a Rhydon. We caught him as a Rhyhorn, and we also did catch a Nidorino, though a little more commonplace. You can get, you know, Nidorans in other areas, but we didn't. We only found one Nidorino, and we found it in the Safari Zone, and it's now, of course, the main staple of our lineup. So, and then that's not to say about the crazy catch in the Seafoam Islands for Wild Wing, our Golduck. We have a lot of rarity, realistically, for a Nuzlocke challenge on this team. You can disregard Nidoking if you really want to, but I wouldn't because it's a Safari Capture Nidoking. I'm going to go with the rarity. We have 3 rare, almost impossible encounters. The Golduck, because catching him, yes, there was a better chance to catch a Psyduck, but we found the Golduck. So that's 1%, 4%, 5% encounter rate. Crazy to find. Then we got ourselves the Rhydon, which catching is almost impossible, and you know, and before they flee, and then the Nidorino. So half our team is goddamn rarity. And actually, Pikachu in Viridian Forest is only like a 20% chance, 10% chance in Pokemon Red and Blue, and I mean impossible in Yellow, but you already start with one. So, but yeah, so our team is filled with some rarity. I'm not gonna lie, we have a little bit of rarity on the team, and Apollo's doing great against these trainers, attacking the Nidoking and kicking his ass pretty handily there, and growing to level 46. Once again, we were talking about the fact that in the last video, we were talking about the fact that there's just not enough trainers between Blaine's gym and the beginning of the Elite Four to get everybody 10 levels. It's just not going to happen. And we're seeing that right now. We jumped straight from here, right, with our mid 40 level team from Blaine, which we only gained like 3 levels total, I think. 2.5, 3 levels at best from the entirety of Blaine's gym, with all trainers and leader included. Then we jump straight to here. There's no reason to wait. There's nothing else to do. You jump straight into this gym. Yes, you fight all these trainers. We're probably going to walk away with the same. 3 levels across. We need 60 levels before the Elite Four. 60. Give or take. 50 odd levels. We need 50 odd levels before the Elite Four. And between this gym, all these gym trainers, which we've gained 1 level so far, the rival battle. Alright, officially 2 levels. Officially 2 by the looks of it. I might be misremembering one, but... And against this Doug trio, ooh, this might hurt. So I think I switch. Yeah, I switch into... I was worried about it. I'm like, oh man, who can take a hit? Who can take a hit? I'm like, wait a minute. And Calagon. It's flying type, right? So Dig won't affect him. But then I was worried, is he fire normal or something weird in Gen 1? No, he's flying type. It's just that I'm always weirded out because in red and blue, you can't teach him fly. In yellow, you can teach him fly. So I just had to make absolutely sure that that was the case. Somehow, I don't know how that's fair. Somehow, he delayed it. He used X attack while underground and Dig, but Dig's a 2-step move. There's a lot of fuckery actually. There's another one that happens later. But yeah, he shouldn't have been able to do that. He literally used an X attack while underground. He should not have been able to do that. The attack should have just straight up missed. Then he would have used the X attack. So the computer gets away with a few things. The AI gets away with a few things. But yeah. So either way, yeah. So what was I saying? Oh, right. So we need 50 odd levels. We're going to be doing some grinding. It seems like, oh yeah, you're going to raise like 4 or 5 levels easy by beating all the trainers in Victory Road, beating your rival, beating, you know, Giovanni's gym with its level 40s. It's like, not really. Not when you need 50 odd levels. You're probably going to gain 10 to 15 levels between now and Victory Road at best. A dozen levels, maybe? But you're not gonna gain, no. We've only gained 2 so far that I know of. 2 levels so far, and we're halfway through Giovanni's gym. And we gained 2 from Blaine, so we've gained 4 levels in 2 gyms so far. I just don't see it. Or sorry, 3 levels. 3 levels from Blaine, 2 so far from Giovanni. So 5 levels in 2 gyms. And you think that Victory Road's all of a sudden going to give us, you know, 5 levels of Pokemon? No, sir. And I'm not saying you guys are telling me that. I'm just saying in general, like, that's... It seems like, oh man, we're so going to be so strong by the end of Victory Road. It's like, you only gain like 2-3 levels of Pokemon by the end, at the best, you know? And we need these guys to be in the 50s. Everybody, before going to the Elite Four, is going to be at least level 52. At least level 52. That's my minimum, is 52, 53. I think, because Cloyster, I believe, is the weakest. Cloyster or Slow... No, Cloyster is level 53, Lorelei's weakest Pokemon. We get all our Pokemon at least a bare minimum of level 53. The weakest of the Elite Four is our standard to run into. So, that's... Alright, so there's only, like, 2 trainers left now. We still haven't gained another level. So we're at 5 levels since Blaine, as far as I know. Apollo gained a level, Nidoking gained a level, and Wildwing gained a level, so that's 3. And Apollo and Nidoboy both gained a level in this gym. So there's 5 levels. I'm just fun doing the math because I'm trying to make this entertaining, right? I'm just having fun with you guys because, as I said, I re-recorded this like 8-9 days ago or whatever, and I just did this and I'm so ticked off at the whole MKV rendering OBS stuff. So, you know, I decided, you know what? Let's just jump back in. Let's get it recorded and then we can move on to the next leg of the run, right? But it was very disappointing. It was, as you guys can imagine, losing like an hour and a half, 2 hours of footage. That still needs... It takes me a couple hours to edit all this because all the graphics and stuff, I record all this without a lot of what you see here, and then I paste it all in as we go through as separate image files and stuff like that, and I have to change the music and I got to get the audio correct and stuff. So yeah, so it's still a lot of work, and the fact that I already had to finish, like part 2 and 3 are finished, but they're MKV files and I can't do anything with them. And once again, when I convert them, the sound is gone. The sound's basically shit. Well, I shouldn't say it's gone, but anyways. Technical difficulties, regardless, I'm re-recording it all now. And there we go. We did gain one more level, so 6 levels so far. And that's it. Now we have to go up and face Giovanni himself. And boom, we go use the little rocket boosters. Dodge that one. We don't want the one going down. And here we are to face Giovanni, the strongest gym leader. Let's go. Who, unfortunately, like Blaine. I think, you know what, the sad thing is, Blaine and Giovanni would be absolutely devastating if they were gyms like 2 and 3. They would be very powerful gyms. The thing is that by the time you get here, you have an answer for everything. That's what makes them easier. Because Psychic had no real weakness back in Gen 1, Sabrina ends up being the strongest of the last 4. I would argue. And I would argue Koga is stronger than Giovanni and Blaine. You know, I have lost to a Fissure by Giovanni, though. Like, not lost the whole run, but I've lost Pokemon to Fissure, so it's happened. But yeah, I mean, look, Rhyhorn, Dugtrio, Nidoqueen, they're all just going to die to Surf because Wild Wing is in here at level 47, being an absolute boss, gained a level by the looks of that. And it's all good. So, we're doing just fine. Yeah, what's this about? Something about Discord. Who's messaging me on Discord when I'm recording greatness? When I'm recording great Pokemon? Who's doing that? Who knows? Yeah, so in comes a level 50 right on. So 3 levels, but times 4 effectiveness is just gonna... Wild Wing is here to stay. There we go. Learning Fury's fights at level 48, like that fucking matters. It's like Fury attack at level 41 or 40 of for Rhyhorn. There we go. We got our final gym badge. That's absolutely fantastic. Now, of course, as a result of all this, we've only gained about 6 odd levels, 6 to 7 levels in 2 gyms. We have the Rival and Victory Road. They're going to be grinding. But I'm not going to show you guys the grinding. If I remember correctly, I show the rival battle and then boom, we do the Elite Four. Like, because I don't think we catch anything either. I'm pretty sure, if I'm remembering from the first recording, we don't catch anything. Like, we literally, I don't know why we don't, but we just don't. Maybe I just gave out, I think we ran into like Zubats and Geodudes or something, and so we couldn't catch them. I don't know. But here we're opening up the rival battle. We have the Pidgeot, of course, up against Copper. And the Pidgeot finally got wise and goes for the quick attack to outspeed. Even though it's going to die, I don't think the critical mattered. But it does actual damage to Copper here. And then changes into the Rhyhorn. Like, just, you know, Cypher playing it smart. Playing it smart. Let's be real. And then boom. We switch out into our own Horn Drill. Forget about it. Level 45, Horn Drill, again unaffected. Dig time. Meet your better. Meet right on. Rhyhorn, meet your better. And then a Growlithe comes in, no big deal, still not a... Uses agility, so it's faster, and gets a second attack because of the agility. It's times 4 now. Doesn't matter. Dig. Gone. 3-0. Execute comes into play, and I believe I go for Stomp or Strength here. I'm like, what is this? I was like, it doesn't really have a grass move that I know about. What is Execute going to do? And it does have one grass move, it's Leech Seed. But we do kill the Execute after 3 stomps, and the flinch definitely helped. And in comes the Alakazam. Now with the Leech Seed, I was worried, so I end up staying in, which is scary. I don't know why I did that. Is that Psybeam? Look at that Psybeam. If that was Psychic, oh man, I'm scared to think about it. So one more stomp will kill him, but by the looks of it, between that and the Leech Seed, Rhydon will fall. So I'm sort of between ideas here. I'm like, am I going to jump into a Psychic? I do. Level 46 Ankelagon versus a Psychic from an Alakazam level 50. And critical hit. Survived with 3 HP. I think that was a low roll critical hit. There, I'm actually pissed off for my rival that he didn't die there. Thankfully goes for recover while I switch out. And at this point, I'm curious, what do I do? Do I go for the physical or do I go for the special? Knowing that his special is tied, I go for the body slam, hoping for the paralysis. But it does so much goddamn damage. I'm like, I might have a shot at this. And my special's pretty high, but not that high to survive Alakazam. So thankfully, I managed to kill him in 2 hits with body slam. Didn't need the paralysis, but that was scary as hell. Nearly lost Ankelagon there. That could have been so devastating. If we had lost Ankelagon, I don't know who would have replaced him. We don't actually have another fire type that I'm aware of. I never caught a Growlithe or a Ponyta or anything like that. A Vulpix. I never caught anything. So we would have been out a fire type and our starter. That would have fucking sucked right before the Elite Four. Of course, Copper comes in and does the same thing he did to Blastoise last time and owns his ass. But that Alakazam, fuck, is just dangerous as hell. So there's the rival battle over, and boom, as I said, the victory road, we didn't catch anything, or we didn't find anything, and boom, we're into the Elite Four, guys. It's Elite Four time. And we're up against Lorelei, who says, ha ha ha, are you ready? Nope. Nada. 0, baby. But let's try anyway. So we've clearly raised up our team. Let's see what we start with. Level 56. Okay, a respectable level. Level 56 Copper. Jumping in here right out of the gate. We don't have a grass type anyways, and they would be effective to ice. So boom, Thunderbolt. Let's go. Dugong goes down in 1 hit. Once again, Copper's special, we know from killing Blastoise at higher levels, who has good special and stuff. We know our Raichu has crazy special. His special stat got to be through the roof. So he's probably got a high IV and good all that stuff with special, because boom, did he not just sweep? Are we sweeping right now? No, here's the stopper of any electrical sweep of Lorelei, is this goddamn Jinx. And boom, yep. But we parried. We parried. So we killed Dugong, 1 hit. Cloyster, 1 hit. And then the Slowbro, 1 hit. 3 for 3. And then a second, and doesn't go for anything damaging, really. Goes for the double slap. We took 10 damage. The Jinx. The Jinx is down. Now, this Lapras is probably going to survive a Thunderbolt. Unless we get a crit. And yeah, we didn't get the crit, but second Para. Not that the para mattered, but the fact of the matter is, because we were going to be faster, but we get 2 Thunderbolts, it did enough. And he goes for the Hydro Pump, which would have hurt our ass. That Hydro Pump probably would have done a shit ton of damage. But it missed. This is why I don't like accuracy low moves, guys. I go for Surf and Flamethrower, not Fire Blast, not Blizzard, not fucking Thunder. I go for Thunderbolt, you know what I mean? I can't stand Focus Blast, hate it. I hate all those moves. I hate them. I will use them, but I hate them. But we fucking destroyed Lorelei to begin this run. This is fantastic. This is a start to a great run, but I'm always nervous about I don't want a hard start, but I don't want such an easy start, because then I feel like it makes me cocky. So this is where I'm like, alright, Bruno, what am I doing here? Am I doing Wild Wing because I have Confusion and Surf for the whole team? But then, in the end, I go for Needle Boy. Now, I'm not 100% sure why I didn't choose Wild Wing here. Unless I was concerned about taking a heavy hit and having to heal, because, of course, that's our Ice Beam user. That's our guy up against the Dragonite and up against the Dragonairs. So, but Needle Boy here has Surf and has Earthquake and stuff. And he won't take a whole lot of damage from fighting type moves. Like, there's nothing really. The worst that can be done is the Hitmonchan coming in. The Onixes aren't going to do anything. But the Hitmonchan could use Ice Punch. And Ice Punch would hurt. So we go for Earthquake. goes for Mega Punch instead and misses. Because Earthquake wasn't enough to kill this thing. But boom, we end up killing it. So it's like, so far, Lorelei, down for the count. Bruno, bringing in his third Pokemon already. We haven't even taken a hit. And Earthquake, I'm assuming it's going to be a 2-hit just like before. We're going to take damage. No, the Hitmonlee, who isn't as defensive, takes the L. And of course, we're faster than the second Onix. It's a Surf. He's only got one left. His most dangerous Pokemon, granted. But, I mean, this is fantastic. Machamp comes in. Level 58. 2 levels higher than us. We go for the Earthquake. We are faster, but what is he going to do? Critical hit and nearly kill him, and he went for X Defend. Now, I'm assuming a full restore is coming in, so I go for the Surf. He doesn't full restore. I have no idea what's wrong with this AI right now. But I'm not complaining, because he didn't full restore. He used X Defend, and Machamp didn't get a move off. This is... Baby, we're already at Agatha. We've taken literally 10 damage. 2 Elite Four down, 10 damage. Granted, the worst of the Elite Four is yet to come, but, I mean, this particular run couldn't be better if I had begged for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just nutty, this is. So, either way, we're going to now fight the old rival, the ex-wife of Professor Oak here, Agatha. Jumps in with a Gengar, but you guys know what our answer to non-ability Gengars are. Non-ability Pokemon. We have ground type moves. And Nightshade, yeah, do your 56 bullshit. You ain't got nothing. I believe her Gengars have Psychic. So Nightshade was a terrible idea. Psychic would have done more. And then boom, here we have a Golbat coming in, which is the one problem to our master plan of using Dig. But it goes for Wing Attack. We're Rock type. What's he going to do to us? Confuse Ray is a problem. See? Confuse Ray is an issue. And we stay in. We go for Strength instead of Stomp to see if it does more damage. It does about the same. So we stay with Strength. Goes for Supersonic instead of anything else. We bypass 2 confusions. Once again, this run couldn't be more in our favor if I had begged for it. Like, this is almost a perfect run. Nothing has gone wrong. The Haunter starts with Dream Eater. Now we're no longer confused. Goes for Dream Eater again. Dig! You're dead! Like, how is this happening? We have had literally a perfect run. There is not a flaw so far in this run. We take an Acid to the face. Yeah, okay. But Acid can't poison. So we Dig. Go for another Acid. Boom. Dig. That's gonna one-shot Narbok. It's 100, super effective. You're gone. You're gone. Now a level 60 Gengar comes out. And instead, once again, I swear these things have Psychic. They definitely do by yellow version. Maybe they don't in this. Granted, that Nightshade did a lot of damage. Goes for a Toxic. We Dig. And it's over. Heracles, granted, did take quite a bit of damage. And that could have been gone very wrong had a Psychic attack happened. Especially a critical hit Psychic. Which I know that Agatha's got. She must have. I'll say I'm wrong if I'm wrong, but I swear that Agatha's Gengars have that. So either way, a full victory. Really, Rhydon's the only one who took a major hit. And we have enough healing items to heal up Heracles. So we restore the PP of Earthquake because we're worried about that. Then we restore the PP of something else. Thunderbolt, I believe. Yeah. Just to make sure that we're on top of the game. Then we decide to just use a Hyper Potion straight up on Heracles. Because why the hell not? It's one potion. Like, we only have, as you guys can tell, limited amount. 4 max potions found total. 5 potions. Like 2 super potions. 2 hyper potions. That's all we have. But we haven't had to use anything and we're at Lance. So we have all this to face 2 more trainers. And now it's time to go into this. And of course, out of force of habit, had to save. Had to save out of force of habit. It just is what it is. And boom, here we go. Up against Lance, the most powerful dragon trainer in the world. Let's go. Starts off as he always does with Gyarados. You guys know who our starting lineup is. It's Copper, the super special Raichu, who has a special stat that is stupid. And boom, super effective. Dragonair time. And do we flinch away? No, I'm like, you know what we could do? Instead of switching it and taking a hit, let's see what we can do. Thunderbolt does almost half, not quite. More than a third. Goes for the slam and gets the agility boost, but misses the slam. Now, Hyper Beam, that missed. Hyper Beam missed. I believe it's 150-90 even back then though, so that was, you know, that wasn't just randomized. But every move other than Swift has a chance to miss back in Gen 1. A lot of people don't know that. Every move has a chance to miss in Gen 1. Even 100 accuracy moves. So, but then on the second Dragonair we finally switch out, and we do take a Hyper Beam straight to Wild Wing's face on the switch out. So we take about 70 odd damage from that. But now we're switched out to our monster, our Ice Beamer, Wild Wing, who has also a high special. Actually, Wild Wing's probably got the best stats. Just covered in defense, covered in attack, covered in special. Just a monster. The Aerodactyl comes out level 60, does a takedown. I'm a little concerned there. Only 61 HP left. But we do get the Surf off. We killed the Dragonair in one hit. Probably could have gone for the Ice Beam there. I don't know why I decided to do Surf. Maybe the stab to be sure. Now in comes the level 62 Dragonite. I know if this thing Hyper Beams, I'm dead. So I choose to switch out. And I don't think this thing has a water type attack, so it goes for agility instead. So the speed greatly rose. It was going to outspeed me anyway. I go for the Blizzard. It goes for a second agility instead of attacking me. The Blizzard hits ×4 from a Nidoking. And boom, because it's Blizzard, not Ice Beam, I believe that it makes the difference. We managed to beat Lance without losing anybody. Though we took a risk with Blizzard. That could have gone very wrong. And once again, this run is just treating us like gold. The agility boost of Lance make no sense at this point, but he did them. So, I mean, and I'm not someone who goes into the fine print and checks all the calcs to figure out, oh, the AI is always going to do this in Gen 1 if faced with this sort of idea. I think it went for agility because of the psychic. Psychic is super effective and agility is a psychic type move, so it did that. I think that's the answer there, but either way, it worked in our favor. So we boost everybody up and we do our obvious save thing. As you guys can tell, we spent a lot of time grinding and stuff. 67 hours played. Now, once again, there's a lot of pauses and stuff in that. So our run is good. Let's go. Let's go up against the champion, boys. It's time. It's time to face off against Cypher, the champion. And the most powerful trainer in the world. You're about to lose, man. Let's go. Can we do it? Can we do the perfect run? That Alakazam scares the fuck out of me. Let's go. Thunderbolt, Pidgeotto, the Pidgeot, I said Pidgeotto. The Pidgeot didn't learn its lesson last time. It does no damage to us because no quick attack. Alright, so boom, we're already into this. Thunder Wave this thing right out of the gate. That was my plan. Alright, so now it's Parrot. Its speed won't be a factor, but this Alakazam jumps in right out of the gate and uses Psychic. Look, alright. My special, because my special is tied like Alakazam, is the only reason I survived that. And I get the crit, and he does not. He goes for the Reflect. He goes for the Reflect. And then another Thunderbolt. Boom, baby. Fuck your Reflect. Kill the Alakazam, because of the high special. It's no different than I was going to switch into Golduck or Wild Wing if that was the case. But look at that special stat. That special stat is just off the goddamn charts. Like, it's stupid. I didn't even know that level of special stat was possible outside of an Alakazam. So, pulls out the Rhydon. We jump into an Leer? Really? Like, seriously, once again, we're getting so lucky we're taking, like, no damage. But Copper did his job. Took out the Pidgeot and took out the monster on the team, the Alakazam. We can't ask for more than that. Wild Wing takes out the Rhydon. He's down to only 3 Pokemon. He brings out the Arcanine against Golduck. Don't ask me why. I have no sweet clue. But, of course, one Surf is going to take that guy out. No! It doesn't. Goes for the Roar, which is actually not a bad move. Is actually the smart move. It's higher level, so I'm weird. Why didn't Roar work? I have no idea. But either way, we kill the Arcanine. Then in comes the Executor, but of course we have the answer, Ice Beam. So we don't even need to switch. Even though these guys are higher level, they're all in their 60s. We don't have a single level 60. We only have mid 50s, high 50s. But once again, there goes the Executor. And boom. And Wild Wing grows to level 56, baby. Let's go. Blastoise is the last one left. Now, here's where I just say, you know what? What can he do to me? I'm a water type. He can bite me. He can do 30 points of damage. My Body Slam does a lot more than that. And I have the chance to paralysis. And I'm getting lower rolls by the looks of it. And then I decide to, I believe, switch out. Do I? No, I wait. I try one more. I think I do one more. And then we take the one more bite, but I know I can outspeed him, so I don't care. Boom. He's not going to use it. Once again, what happened to full restores on the Elite Four? What happened to them? Because they chose, none of them chose to heal. Not a single one. Not Agatha, not Lance, not Bruno, not Lorelei, and certainly not our champion here. I have no idea why that was the case. But it was. It was the case. And we won. We won clean sweep. We get 3 points to spend, baby. Count them. 1, 2, 3. 3 points to spend on the next run. For our gold run, we get to use this entire team. Because those are the rules, guys. Those are the rules. You win the run, you get 1 point. You clean sweep, and nobody dies in the Elite Four run, and you get 2 extra points to spend on your championship Hall of Famers. So here's our Hall of Famers being loaded up by Professor Oak himself, the man, the myth, the legend, the first Pokemon League champion, and the greatest, probably, Pokemon master of all time, Professor Oak. And here we go. Let's just gaze. Let's enjoy. While I'm losing light, but it doesn't matter. Copper, level 58, Electric type Raichu. Then we have Heracles, our level 54, ground and rock type Rhydon. Remember, we get to start with all these boys. Nidoboy, our Nidoking, level 56, poison ground type. In jumps Golduck, the Wild Wing, level 56, type only one type, water type, not psychic type like a lot of people believe. And Calagon, level 55, Fire Flying Charizard. And ending off with Apollo, our Primeape, level 54, only one type, and that is Fighting type. And there we go. So we won the red leg. And we swept it. So that means we get 3 points to spend. So in the gold run, all the Pokemon are going to be level 5. Charmander, Rhyhorn, Nidoran, all that jazz, right? What we decide on doing, well, we'll talk about that in the next video. What we end up decide on doing. What egg moves we decide on. Because one of the things is, we could... I believe I only allow egg moves or moves that can no longer be learned. Like transfer moves and stuff. But I don't allow, like, all of a sudden randomly to give, like, Psyduck Hydro Pump, you know, or Surf or something like that. I allow him to, it's only Nature's egg moves, IV stats, that kind of idea. I don't go too broken with it. So yeah. So our decision making is going to be based on a lot of different factors. And I believe the move pools aren't great for anybody. So I'm going to have to wait and see what I decide for Gen 2. Because, of course, the next run is going to be the gold run, right? We're going to play gold version. It's going to be fantastic, actually. We're going to finally clear up. So we've cleared up all of Gen 1. We've done blue, yellow, and red on this channel officially. And now we've already done silver. We'll do gold. All that's left is crystal, if we ever decide to do that. But, yeah, so how we're going to spend these points, who can say? Who could say? I got to make some decisions. I got to do a little bit of research first. And, yeah. But either way, I hope you guys stick around for the rest of it. Because that was just the first leg of our GenLocke challenge. Once again, the GenLocke goes for multiple games. So this is far from over. This is only the beginning. And I hope you guys enjoyed the highlight reel. Like, comment, and subscribe as always. It's always very much appreciated. And we'll see all you beautiful people back here once again for some more Pokemon GenLocke challenge. I hope you guys are looking forward to it. I certainly am. And we'll definitely start off the next video re-explaining GenLocke just like we did at the beginning of these this 3-set video, this trilogy of videos, if you will. We'll re-explain how the GenLocke works. We'll showcase all the changes we may or may not have made, adding the 3 points, yada yada yada. And we'll see how you guys enjoyed it. So thank you guys so much for watching. We're losing daylight fast anyway, so I'm glad that's the end of the video, end of the red leg for our GenLocke challenge, and we succeeded. Not only did we succeed, we dominated by the looks of it, only losing one Pokemon, our Ratigan. Very, very sad to lose Ratigan like that to my own stupidity, but we only lost one Pokemon so far in this GenLocke run. So that being said, hope you guys enjoyed. See you back here next time. Have a good one, everybody. Sayonara. See you on the next one.